In this video, we're answering one of the questions from our community, and the question is, how do I get potential clients on phone calls? So we actually break down and take a look at this woman's website and YouTube channel and Instagram page and give our best advice of how to get more clients in the business by changing a little bit of the branding, and I know you're gonna find this super valuable. We have a question from the community that we're gonna dive into.
Yeah. This is a good one from Stacy Crawley.
Thank you, Stacy. Hello.
Absolutely.
I did a powerful call with her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's in one of our coaching certification programs. Yeah. All right. I just started my coaching business officially approximately 3 months ago, and I onboarded my first paying client a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's great.
My question is, what's the best way to market myself and get potential clients on a discovery call? I post on social media, send emails to my very small list, do Instagram lives. I've started my YouTube channel, but no one else seems to be interested.
Yeah, powerful question. I think everybody that wants to be a coach is going to relate to a version of that, essentially just how do you get people, right?
Yeah.
And Stacy, first of all, you have it right in the question of how do I get potential clients on a discovery call? My belief is that that's the best way to sell coaching, and you have the right target there. So because we are somewhat familiar with Stacy, I've done a call with her and we know that she's in motion and she's doing these IG lives. We're actually going to dive into your stuff, because what I love to have, if somebody has a question like what will work, my question back is what has worked.
Right.
Or what hasn't worked. And you know, because you ask a version of the same question, the answer is usually, well, nothing has worked or hasn't worked because I haven't done anything.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what the right thing is to do, and then I'll do it. That's why I'm coming to you, right? So what we always want to see is motion and traction and results, which, Stacy, you have. So the first thing we're going to do is look at your Instagram page. So Instagram.com/Stacy Crawley. We'll get you a little publicity here and some exposure on our channel with our followers. So Stacy Crawley is a mom, empowerment coach and speaker, God first wife, mom of 4. Hallelujah. I'll pray for you. Hashtag mom coach, hashtag DMV. What would the DMV be? All I think of is Department of Motor Vehicles. I would imagine maybe that's like a niche hashtag.
Yeah.
Could it be domestic? No, I don't know.
I was thinking like divine mother something.
Yeah, maybe it's a domestic violence or something like that. But that doesn't fully align. So if that's not clear to the people that you're trying to attract, then clear that up. If it is clear and it's like a niche hashtag and we clearly don't know exactly what it is, then obviously keep it and it's working. So I empower busy moms to take charge of their emotional health and live a happier life. So let's click on the link there, and it takes us to a Canva page. I haven't seen this actually. Canva like this. Hey there, I'm Stacy S. Crawley, mom empowerment coach and speaker. So I like the branding, the consistency from Instagram to this. Is this called a link tree, or is a link tree something different?
It's similar. Yeah.
Okay. So the consistency is great, and the color matches the color of your top and the picture, and all that is really cool. So I like the branding. Click on the first one, maternal wellness journaling study. So this is one potential thing that is going to cause some people to not continue, because it's giving like a warning link. And even though this could be nothing at all to be concerned about, anytime people get like warning, are you sure that you want to do this, then a lot of people are not going to click through to that. I don't know if that is something that you can change, Stacy. If it is, I definitely would suggest you do that. And it looks like all the links are doing the same thing because it's saying you're about to leave Canva. That's probably just a Canva thing. They don't want you to leave their platform.
Right.
But it also gives a button down there to report the link. And I think a lot of people, especially if they don't know you, are not going to go forward.
I
with
wouldn't.
That. You wouldn't?
No, because I'd be nervous about my computer being hacked. I mean, I would, if like right now, I'm like, is this okay to do? That's my default because I don't know and I don't want to mess up my computer.
Yeah, and a lot of people are afraid, obviously, of getting viruses or information nowadays. So many people are afraid of information. So I would do what you can, Stacy, I don't know if there's a way for you to remove that because it seems like a hack kind of that Canva is using, but do something to try to remove that resistance. So we have clearly, as she says, a mom empowerment coach as we go through. Your branding is really cool. Everything is consistent. I like a lot of the pictures of the kids and your smiles and all that. So I get a real welcoming feeling from her page. Is there anything that you would say with all the stuff that you've done with Instagram?
Yeah, I love it. I agree with everything that you said about the branding. I love that there's a good mix of videos and family pictures. So there's not just selling, right? There's personal stuff. There's vulnerability in here. I see that you've shared the story, right, about when, it says #mystory, right, when you had your twins just a couple of years ago. And I love that that's on there. All the colors look fantastic. I can tell that this is you based on how I'm seeing you show up. So I love it. Like the Instagram page feels really, really good. To me, my only thing is on that link at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's look at some of the posts. Because you've got traction, you've got some results. I can see this first post has 70 views, the second one 37, the one after that 33. I'm going backwards. Then 21, or I'm seeing likes, 20 likes. The first one was an IGTV video, so that's why I said views. 42 likes, 23 likes. So I would look at the videos or the posts that are not just getting the most amount of views or likes, but the most amount of engagement. And ultimately, since your question is about getting prospects on the phone, let's take that a step further. Which one of these, or are any of these, producing phone calls? Because you might have a video that, if you look through the lens of vanity metrics, isn't performing, but it might produce 2 phone calls and only 10 people watched it, whereas another video or another post might have gotten 100, 150 pieces of engagement, but nobody followed through to book a call. So if you, as a coach, but in this case, Stacy, if you know what your end goal is, then we want to build everything to produce that outcome. And that's one of the biggest things that we've learned specifically in this YouTube journey, that our videos don't get a ton of views. And I remember with my first couple YouTube coaches, I was frustrated by that. And I thought, I put a lot of time into this. I thought the videos were great. I thought my content was really good. The people that do like it, they were saying that the content was phenomenal and the people that were watching it were praising it. And I was like, but look at that one that from somebody else on somebody else's channel, like it went viral and it got thousands and thousands of views.
Right.
And my first YouTube coach had to sit me down and say, but what you got to understand is that vanity isn't what you should be looking for. And then she helped me look at what our videos were actually producing. And they were producing a lot, financially. They were producing a lot of people coming in to the business. But even to this day, I don't have any viral videos. Like literally, I've done thousands of videos. We don't have any videos that have just like, right?
The questions one.
Right, but it's not like it's performing well.
Right.
But it's not, right? Like we have close to 20,000 subscribers right now. And even that one's performing well, but it hasn't even come close to our subscriber count. Right. So the viral videos in this context are the ones that just way outperform subscribers, right? Like you might have 1,000 people on your YouTube channel and you get 10,000 views on a video. So if we use that as the context, or as the definition rather, I only have, I think, maybe 2 or 3 videos that have, maybe a little bit more than that, but a lot of those are like from 7 years ago. You know, they've been on for a long time. And if I'm using that as the metric, then I get frustrated. And she had to help me, she being my coach, had to help me recognize that this is a quality over quantity situation. And don't compare yourself to a lot of those other videos or channels or people. Stay focused on what you want to produce. And your goal, meaning my goal, is not, and I know this is yours as well, Stacy, and I think this should be your goal for pretty much all of you that are attracted to this channel and the way that we teach. Your goal is not to build a massive following and go like the Kim Kardashian route where you build this massive audience and then make money off the audience. Where you're making a ton of money off YouTube ads or sponsorships and what have you. Most of you don't want to go that route, so don't even worry about the vanity stuff. That's really the path of build a huge audience and then make money off of the fact that you got an audience. So we've made transparently hundreds of thousands of dollars off these YouTube videos and from our YouTube channel over the last few years. And it doesn't look like it from the outside, you know, it doesn't, but we know what we're trying to do. We know what we're wanting to produce. And that's how we produce a lot of these videos, right? So stay clear on what you want, Stacy, and look at which one of these posts have already led to engagement that either produced phone calls or could produce phone calls, and then dive in on that. So one of the things that we've learned in our marketing on YouTube, but social media anywhere, is whatever is performing, put more eggs in that basket. So if you've got a certain video, if you've got a certain phrase, if you've got a certain graphic, a certain color, whatever's performing according to the goals that you have, then lean into that. So for you, Stacy, I want you to look into your Instagram account and see which one of these posts are performing with that in mind, with producing engagement and potential phone calls.
I like that you said engagement too, because it's about like the comments and the quality of the comments and the questions that are being asked, even if it's not the end result of the phone call. Is it the steps that happen right before that? And that's different than getting the hearts or getting the likes.
100%. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. It truly is a quality over quantity situation. So let's go to her YouTube channel, because she mentioned her YouTube channel. I see 21 subscribers. So in order to increase your subscribers, make sure that you're giving people away, not give people away, but that might be a good bonus, right? Or possibly a free download. Or a good opt-in. Just give people away. Give people a path to subscribe. So I would make sure you've got CTAs on Instagram, on Facebook, or in your emails. And what you could do is even just put something out on Facebook or Instagram and just boldly ask people to subscribe to your channel.
I did.
Right. And you want to hit 100 subscribers, because then that allows you to do certain things with your channel. And when you hit 500 subscribers, it kind of unlocks, and then you hit 1,000 subscribers. So you definitely want to get your subscriber count up and make sure you're giving people a way to subscribe to your channel. What Stacy has done from looking at her branding is that she's pretty clear on who her seeker is. She's pretty clear on serving busy moms. Her YouTube channel says empowering busy moms to take charge of their emotional health, build confidence, and transform their mindset so they can live a happier and more fulfilling life. I actually have a story around this. I'm not going to like claim, responsibility for any of this, but Stacy and I did a signature value session together.
Nice.
And I don't know that any of this has changed since then, like the actual wording, but I do remember her getting really connected to this idea of, I just want to make moms happier. I really want to give women this experience of fulfillment. And she does a lot of work with moms, obviously, and moms who've gone through postpartum depression, moms who have a lot of guilt, moms who might not understand what's going on, after birth or in their marriage or just being a mom. Yeah, you got these humans that you created and you're responsible for. Yeah. And so she's got a lot of clarity on who her seeker is and what she wants to help her seeker out with, which I think is really good. So let's do a little audit on the YouTube channel here. Now that we've been doing YouTube for a little while.
Minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Stacy's.
I was just going to ask, what if somebody else wants to book a signature value call, since it was pretty valuable for Stacy?
Nah.
Okay.
If
sucks to be you. Too late.
Well, thanks for asking, Michelle. Honestly, thanks for asking. So, these signature value sessions, what I do is get on the line with somebody and just pull apart, ask questions and listen to stories. And the intention is at the end of these 90-minute sessions, I want to reflect back to you what your signature value is. Because I would say most people don't really know what their signature value is, because it's just the way our mind works, right? And so I've been doing this a long time, and I truly love asking questions and what about this and what about this? And, I'm just listening to the way people are answering and the way voices shift when they're talking about certain things versus other things. So if any of you are interested in a signature value session, you can click a link below in the description and inquire about one and see if it's a good fit for you. So with the YouTube channel, again, great branding, and the branding's consistent from Instagram to YouTube, which is great. Not entirely 100% imperative, because sometimes your following on YouTube is actually different than your following on Instagram and your following on Facebook. So sometimes the platform actually performs different.
Right.
And it all comes down to testing. But unless you know that, just start with consistency.
Yeah.
Which Stacy certainly does here. So she has an introduction video or an intro video here, which is great. Intro to my channel. This is who I am, and this is what you can expect on this channel. So I'm glad to see that you have that. I see 5 videos here that are in this little carousel, and it looks like there's a lot more. One thing I would suggest is on these videos that say the ugly truth about postpartum depression, I can't really read the words very well. And one of the things with YouTube thumbnails is you want to allow people to read the words. Whereas the first few videos, the first 3 videos, it's really clear. How I overcame postpartum depression, 5 ways to take care of yourself as a busy mom, how to put yourself first without mom guilt. So now let's look at the traction. So this is where you want to see the performance of the videos. The most recent video from a month ago has 22 views, which is right around the subscriber count, actually. So that's not bad. The video from 2 months ago has 228 views, which is 10 times the subscriber count. Like, it's important. Don't just look at the views and compare that to thousands.
Right.
Look at the views and compare it to the subscriber count.
That's so important.
Because your subscribers are the only ones that are going to get notifications of your channel videos that come out, right? There's other ways on YouTube to get traffic, and that's clearly what she's obviously tapping into, because obviously she couldn't have 10 times her subscriber count without other traffic sources that she's tapping into. And that could just be suggested videos, people that are doing a search and her videos come up. So really good job. But then look at that third video.
Yeah.
2.7 thousand views from 2 months ago. So what you want to do is look at all the variables you can on these videos. Titles are an important one. Thumbnails are an important variable. The length of video is an important variable. So out of these three, it's the shorter one that has the most amount of views. The longer one has the least amount of views. That by itself doesn't necessarily mean to do short videos. We just want to notice as much as we can. So what you might want to do is this one that has a ton of views. It says self-care is not selfish, how to put yourself first. But the one that jumps out to me, the phrase inside this is mom guilt. And so if a lot of those views are attracted to mom guilt, then I would do a series around mom guilt and language it and put it in the thumbnails. Make the thumbnails different so they can tell they're different videos. But I would do a series on mom guilt, maybe interview some moms about guilt and study other people that are talking about mom guilt, because it looks like that could be a winner here just based on the number of views.
For sure. And inside the self-care conversation, because the second highest view is in that same frame of, right, self-care for busy moms and how to take care of yourself in that role. So a related topic.
Yeah. And on that, inside that conversation, to that point, if I take a look at the videos that are not doing well in terms of the number of views, the title is The Ugly Truth About Postpartum Depression. So postpartum depression, I believe, is uniquely female, because I think it's only for what happens after the female body after giving birth. I'm not positive about that, but I think that's true. Not that fathers can't be depressed after it, but I don't think it's called postpartum. So if a woman is in this place of postpartum depression, what she might not be interested in is the ugly truth.
Right.
Because she's probably already feeling ugly. She might not want to hear anything about the truth.
Right.
And I'm just saying that based on the performance of these videos.
Yeah.
And those videos are focused on negative rather than positive. Now, sometimes with some topics, negative outperforms.
Yeah.
It's always a test.
Sure.
Put it out there and see what happens. See how many people show up to the video and how many people follow through. So that's what I would also do, Stacy, is maybe actually flip it. Because I certainly wouldn't give up on postpartum depression. It's a huge word out there. It's a huge phrase. But maybe flip it. Maybe instead of the ugly truth, the surprising gift of postpartum depression. I just felt that.
Yeah.
And that could be so controversial in terms of the way people are thinking about postpartum depression.
Sure.
It's almost confusing. Like, what? It's a gift?
Like, let me watch this video.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's, let me watch this video to tell this lady what she clearly doesn't know about. It's intriguing.
Yeah.
So I would play with that and just see. And it might not perform, but there's only one way to tell.
Yeah.
So the umbrella strategy here is to take a look at the variables of the videos that are performing. And I really honor you for having, and I really honor you for having the numbers that we can look at.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful sessions I remember having is somebody was asking me what she should do going forward based on her messaging. And she had done 30 Facebook Lives.
Right.
And I said, I don't know. Let's see.
Let's look.
Let's look. And we looked at all these variables. And we looked at the titles that were negative, the titles that were positive, the ones that were longer videos, the ones that were controversial in nature. And then it was just super clear. There were like 4 or 5 videos that severely outperformed all the other ones.
Right.
And they all had similar variables. They all had similar traits. And so then I said, now do another 30 days all with those variables.
Yes.
And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And so the truth about marketing is the only wisdom that really matters is based on past outcomes. Do the video, and then let's see. Right. One of the things that I fully believe is the 3 most powerful marketing words are let's find out.
Yeah.
Because we can't know. Let's find out. But we can inform our future decisions based on the past results.
Right.
And that's what most people don't give themselves the benefit of, because they're just trying to be perfect in the beginning. So to wrap this up here, I just want to give you a few other ideas, Stacy. Always give people a call to action for a free phone call.
Yeah, she's
because
great about
that's
that.
what you're wanting.
On Instagram, yeah, she's great
She's doing
about
that all the time? Okay,
Yes.
great. So continue doing that. Do it in your YouTube videos. You can put a link in the description of the videos. Speak to the one-on-one consultation. Speaking of, we offer those too.
What?
We do. Right. So I just had this moment of, but that's not all. Sign up for a session and you get
5,000 hangers.
I was going to say that
And a
voice you
blender.
just used too. I was going to go with hangers. I was trying to figure out what number and what's a group of hangers called. I was going to say a gaggle of hangers, but I think that's for geese. Anyway, so if any of you are interested in a one-on-one session, there's a link down below. We actually practice what we preach because we figure out what has worked for us and we do it, and we kind of tell other people to do it too. So if you want one-on-one support, we offer free consultations about anything, whether it's strategies or if you want people to look at your, if you want us to look at your YouTube channel or what have you, then book a free call and we'll support you in getting clarity on what your next steps are. So have that call to action as often as you can, Stacy. Not the same one though, because people get fatigued.
Right.
If you just constantly give the exact same thing, people start to tune it out. Whether they've had the call, then they don't want to do it again, or they already said no to the call, then they're going to keep saying no to the call.
Right.
So give them something else. Give them like a free download or something. And it looks like, even though you were afraid to follow the links, it looks like there's a download. It looks like there's free audio. So somewhere out there, you're doing the right stuff, Stacy. And what I would just consider is, what else would a woman who is potentially going through postpartum depression and or dealing with mommy guilt, what's something that could soothe her pain immediately? Like maybe it's 3 things that a mom can do in the morning to start the day off right. Or self-care tips. You know, maybe it's like 7 self-care tips to fend off postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Or to dissolve depression. I like the double D's there. So be thinking of what are the things that you can offer that are simple that your seeker can't say no to.
Right.
And there's always something.
Sure. I'm thinking about like what you could do with self-care if you only have like 60 seconds, or what to do
that's good.
like while you're in the bathroom, right? Or walking to get the mail, like something just fast and easy, because they're busy moms.
I love 60-second self-care tips.
Nice.
Or in the bathroom. I mean, you know, a lot of us parents hide in the bathroom.
I've heard. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or in the closet. I have clients who hide
Wherever,
in the closet.
right.
Yeah.
Take an extra long time, stay in the car, right? And
Right.
some of it is just like, I just need a break. I love those little humans, but sometimes like I just need to breathe, right? For who cares why?
Yeah.
So closet self-care tip, literally in the closet,
Yeah.
right? Closet self-care tips, 60-second tips, self-care tips for the toilet, right? I mean, you know, stay on the side of decency, according to your brand,
Right.
but be distinct. I just got goosebumps all over. Like this is a winner. I really think it was a great call by you to do this, to talk about the 60-second self-care tips. And so, Stacy, you can use all of this. This came to us while we were in your business, in your mess, right? Not that we're calling it a mess, but we were up all in your business, and the ideas came to us. So they are yours to use however you wish. And if you don't go with any of those, you know your market, you know the woman that's in that space. You want to be on the phone with her, ask her what she's looking for that's not out there in the market, and just really show up to serve. And that's the best way to understand what the value is in her perspective. Because you alluded to it earlier, the most valuable asset is your seeker's perspective. And so the more that you really study that person, they'll tell you what they need to do. And then just do some market research. Who else is out there talking about postpartum? Oh, on YouTube, I would type in postpartum depression. Let's see what happens if I type in postpartum depression. Let's see what kind of videos pop up. So the first one I see has 106,000 views. It's got a cartoonish thumbnail. It's only 5.5 minutes long. Another one says baby blues, 115,000 views. Another one, 58,000 views, parenting through postpartum depression. Looks like that's a TEDx talk. That'd be great to try to get on a TEDx stage for you. Postpartum depression, what it really looks like, 17,000 views. You know what? I'm getting this sense that, like that video right there, Dr. Tracy Marks, so she's got credibility, she's got authority, but it's focused on the negative, what it really looks like. So based on Stacy's videos and that video, I'm guessing that a lot of women that are in postpartum depression really don't want how it sucks kind of feel, right? Or what the truth is.
Yeah.
Here's one that says what you need to know, but that's kind of how to get out of it. Right. So that would be my guess, just in the little bit of research that we're doing here.
And I just did the same thing while you had that pulled up. I typed in self-care for moms, right? And so one's just self-care for moms, 5 realistic self-care ideas, right? Dear overwhelmed moms, self-care isn't selfish. Speaking of what you have before, Stacy. Yeah, so these are just you're allowed to see what works and use it. And I want to say that because I think a lot of coaches, I know I did this. I remember actually having a conversation with you where you told me that there was no copyright on like a word or an idea, right? For me to really understand that just because somebody else is talking about it doesn't mean that I can't give my perspective on it from my experience on it. So use things like this to get inspiration of things that other people are actually interested in, and then you tell your version of that same story.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So what you could do, the reason that we would look up these keywords like this to see what comes up is success leaves clues. Follow what works. I would do videos with these exact titles or almost exact titles, maybe add a little extra to you. So it could say, parenting through postpartum depression, the do's and don'ts, or the 60-second tips or something like that.
Right.
And the way YouTube works is if somebody watches this postpartum depression, what you need to know video, YouTube thinks they'll probably watch another video on that same thing.
Right.
And quite often we do, right? They're like, oh, somebody else gave their version, to your point a moment ago, of that same thing that I'm clearly interested in because I just watched this video.
Right.
It's easy to click on that one too.
Right.
Especially when you have a different thumbnail, you got a different message, you got a different look, it's just a new version of something else. It's like that classic question of, if you are selling hot dogs, where's the best place to put a hot dog stand?
Right.
Right next to another one.
Yeah.
That's already got a line.
Yeah.
So that's the concept here, is put your videos right next to other videos that already have a line with them. So hopefully, Stacy, this is valuable for you and for everybody else that's not Stacy Crawley. Hopefully you got some tips in here that you can apply too. And if you want us to specifically address one of your questions, we're not necessarily going to do like a YouTube audit for everybody or Instagram, but we'll do whatever we can that's going to be valuable in us answering the questions. Click the link that's in the description for you to submit your question, no matter what it is, about the coaching process or journey, internal, external, what have you. And we'll do more of these videos where we will answer your individual questions.
And subscribe to the channel so that you get notified when this happens and you don't miss a thing.
Now, if you like this video, you're really gonna like that video because I'll teach you exactly what to say on those prospect calls so that you can get more clients. There's a link on this page where you can actually download a 2-page handout with the exact flow of a consultation. This is what I use, and this is what I would suggest you use as a guide